Okay, so in the last class, okay, in the last class we have done with concepts, no? Okay, let's see that concepts again. We have done with business entity concept. Chapani, what is the meaning of the word business entity concept? Business is separate, businessman is separate. Business should always be viewed as a separate from that of its owners. Okay, na? Then money measurement concept. It says that all business transactions and events should be measured in terms of money. Okay, a thing which cannot be measured in terms of money, we don't write in books of accounts. That's what is said by money measurement concept. Next, going concern concept. Going concern concept says business is viewed as having a long life. How long? Indefinite. It's not infinite, it is indefinite. Then next we have seen periodicity. Periodicity, 12 months. Which 12 months? Any 12 months. No financial year, no calendar year. Majorly 2 types of years will be there. Any year you can take, there is no problem at all. Clear? Next, accrual concept, where all business transactions and events will be recorded on due basis, as and when they arise or accrue. Okay, whether received or not, paid or not, it doesn't make any difference. Okay, then matching concept. Direct expenses should be matched with direct incomes to find out gross profit. Indirect expenses should be matched with indirect incomes to get net profit. Okay. Then cost concept. Cost concept is applied to assets. So when it is applied to assets, it should be always measured at a cost price. Clear? Then realization concept. We have to, when we realize only, we have to write money. Either it should be enhanced money or it is accrued, where you follow the accrual concept. Then we have seen dual aspect, duality of the transaction, where 2 things we record, one is a debit, other one is a credit. Then we have started conventions. We have started the first one, convention of conservatism. Conservatism says play safe, act in advance, be cautious, be careful. Okay, if you are expecting all possible losses, ignore all possible gains. Expected possible losses should be accounted for, possible gains should be ignored for. That's what is said by conservatism. Because of this conservatism only, we provide provision for bad and doubtful debts. If I am not wrong, we have done up to this. Okay, so right, next, convention of consistency. Convention of consistency. Convention of consistency. What is the meaning of the word convention of consistency? Vinandra, listen here. Accounting is often referred as a art. Ante, this was designed based on requirements. Ante, according to your requirements, we have designed our art. Ee art lo going forward cheptanu. We have various accounting policies. We have a chapter also, what is accounting policy, I'll tell you there. As of now, you understand that we have various choices or alternative treatments. We have various choices or alternative treatments. Example, okay, example chapter. Depreciation. To charge depreciation, how many methods we have? 2 methods. One is called straight line method. Another one is called WDV method. One is called straight line method, second one is called WDV method. Which I should follow? Anything. Anything you follow, no problem. If you like straight line, follow that method. If you like this, you follow this method. There is no hard and fast rule which method to be followed. Both are equally accepted. But what this convention says is that once you select one policy, it should be followed consistently. It should be followed consistently. Consistency will go for uniformity. Consistency will give you comparability. This comparability among yourself. Comparability with others. This is possible only when you go for consistency. And anything that you follow, consistently you can follow. Okay, ఇప్పుడు లాజిక్ చెప్తారు. You finished your 12th. రేపే కదా results? Tomorrow your results. Okay na? So you finished your 12th. You selected CA. ఇవాళ CA చేస్తున్నారు. ఎవడో రేపు వచ్చి చెప్తాడు CS బాగుంటుంది అంటారు. అక్కడ జంప్ అవుతున్నారు. ఇంకోటి చెప్పడి ఇవన్నీ క్లాడ్ బాగుంటుంది. అక్కడ జంప్ అవుతున్నారు. కరెక్టా? As the options are available, whatever you want you can study. You should have some consistency. అంటే ఒకటి సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకున్నప్పుడు దాంట్లోనే ఉండాలి. సిఏ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకున్నారు, ఇట్ టేక్స్ 4 to 5 years. 4 to 5 years ఓపిక ఉండాలా? 4 to 5 years you should have that consistency in the CA so that you will achieve your whatever you want. As the options ఉన్నాయి కానీ you should keep on changing అవ్వద్దు. అంటే what do you mean sir? అసలు నేను చేంజ్ అవ్వద్దా? అసలు చేంజ్ ఈజ్ నాట్ అలౌడా? చేంజ్ ఈజ్ నాట్ అలౌడా? నో. First answer is no. ఎందుకు సార్ నో? దీనికి టు హ్యావ్ యూనిఫార్మిటీ, టు హ్యావ్ కంపారబిలిటీ. ఓకే, సో కంపారిజన్ చేయాలంటే కరెక్ట్ గా ఉండాలి. మీరు ఒక కన్సిస్టెంట్ ఉంటే కంపేర్ చేయొచ్చు. క్లియర్? ఎస్, చేంజ్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో అలౌడ్, బట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ అలౌడ్ ఓన్లీ అండర్ 3 circumstances when it required by law. ఒక లా పాస్ చేశారు, యూ షుడ్ నాట్ ఫాలో దిస్ మెథడ్, యూ షుడ్ చేంజ్ అన్నారు, చేంజ్ అవ్వాలి. ఓకే, when it is required by accounting standard, AS అంటారు. ఫర్దర్ గా చెప్తాను, థియరీలో మనకు ఉంటాయి అకౌంటింగ్ స్టాండర్డ్స్ అని. then accounting standard says you don't have an option, you have to go for last, better presentation of accounts. better presentation of accounts. ఇంకా అకౌంట్స్ ని పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా ప్రజెంట్ చేయాలంటే ఈ చేంజ్ ఉంటే మన అకౌంట్స్ ఇంకా బాగా ప్రజెంట్ చేయొచ్చు. So what is the end of the day logic of accounting? End of the day logic of accounting is showing the true and fair view. Correct accounts చూపియాలి. సో దానికి if you change బాగుంటుంది అనుకుంటే go for a change. ఈ 3 circumstances లోనే yes, otherwise always the answer is no. Okay, so ఏం చెప్తుంది consistency? As the account has got number of options, number of choices in various cases, you go for a change. But a change should be done only when it is required by law, accounting standard, or better presentation of accounts. Otherwise, don't go for a change from year after year. This will help you to achieve uniformity and comparability. Okay, na? Rasko, write down. Right. First point, accounting is an art. Accounting is an art, and it is designed with various policies and procedures. Second point, in these accounting policies and procedures, lot of choices in these policies and procedures lot of choices, or alternative accounting methods, or alternative accounting methods are accepted. Alternative accounting methods are accepted. Equally accepted anandi. Alternative accounting methods are equally accepted. And you can select that, that's fine. You select it, this is also fine. Example, for charging depreciation, we can follow straight line method. For charging depreciation, we can follow straight line method or WDV method. Next point. The principle of consistency advises that policies should be followed consistently year after year, to achieve uniformity, and comparability. Next, consistency doesn't mean non-flexibility. Consistency doesn't mean non-flexibility. Accounting policies can be changed. Only in the following three circumstances. Accounting policies can be changed only in the following three circumstances. First one, A bit. When it is required by law. B bit. In accordance with accounting standards. Last, for better presentation of accounts. Okay, these are the three cases when you can go for change. Otherwise, you should not go for a change. Am I clear? So this is what is said by consistency. Okay, it doesn't address any particular circumstance. It says that options unnai kada ani ela vartare shift avakandi. Don't keep on changing. You select one point, follow it consistently for long period of time. That's it. Okay. What are all those? We'll discuss over a period of time. Don't worry about that. Okay. Now, next, third convention you write. Materiality. Third convention you write. Materiality. Third convention, right? Materiality. Okay. Now, this is another generalized concept that you have now. Okay. What is this materiality? Simple. Materiality ante important or essential. Materiality ante important or essential. Now, what is important, what is essential depends upon facts and circumstances of each case. Facts and circumstances of each case. Materiality is a personal judgment. Materiality is a personal judgment. What is important to one may not be important to another. What is important to one may not be important to another. I'll come back to the subject later. First, I'll try to explain you what is materiality in a common sense or a general language. Okay, try to get these examples. Two examples istanu, ivi careful ga vinandi. Okay, example number 1. There was some occasion at home, o birthday no, anniversary no, edo oka occasion no. You went for a dinner party. Family to ellaru. Dinner manchi o restaurant ki ellaru, baa tinnaru, 5,000 6,000 bill. Okay, so when that 5,000 6,000 bill has happened, bearer vachadu manchiga bill lechi manaku sompu gimpi istadu ka. So he bought that bill. He gave you the bill. You paid 5,000. He's standing there. Hi sir. Hello madam. Thank you. Thank you. Antunnadu. Potla. Enduku? Good. Em kavaladi? Tip. Enti iyali? Tu कितना देता है? 50 रुपए. नूरा? नूरा? 20. नूमा? 20. नूरा? నువ్వేం చేస్తావు? 20. ఎందుకు 20 ఏమన్నా బెంచ్ మార్కా? చాలాసార్లు 20 ఎక్కువ. నువ్వు 100. 20. నేనైతే అసలు ఇయ్యా. ఎందుకు ఇవ్వాలరా? వయసుడికి టిప్ ఎందుకు ఇవ్వాలి చెప్పండి? ఆడికి జీతం రావట్లేదా? హీఈస్ నాట్ గెటింగ్ ఏ సాలరీ. Restaurant fellow hired you for what? To do service. And what are you doing? Service. What is that special thing that you are doing to me? బిర్యానీలో 4 ముక్కలు వేసాడు, 5 ముక్కలు వేసాడా? 4 వేస్తాడు. అవును, సాటిస్ఫైడ్. టిప్ ఎందుకు ఇవ్వాలి? అవును, నేను ఇవ్వా. నువ్వు ఎందుకు ఇస్తున్నావు? అవును, నీకు పని నచ్చింది ఇస్తావు, నాకు పని నచ్చినా ఇయ్యా. చెప్పు. ఇది మెటీరియాలిటీ. ఆడికి అది ఇంపార్టెంట్, వాడు ఇస్తాడు. లైట్ నేను ఇయ్యా. అర్థమవుతుందా? దట్ ఈస్ మెటీరియాలిటీ. దట్ ఈస్ హిస్ పర్సనల్ జడ్జ్మెంట్. దిస్ ఇస్ మై పర్సనల్ జడ్జ్మెంట్. మెనీ ఆఫ్ యూ సెడ్ 20 ఆ అమ్మాయి 100 అంది. దేవత. You should have customers like that. 5,000 bill అయితే ఎంత టిప్ ఇచ్చింది? 100 rupees. దేవత, దండం పెడతాం. అవునా కదా? సో లైక్ దట్ ఈస్ మెటీరియాలిటీ. ఈజ్ ఇట్ వాడు అన్నాడు 50 rupees ఇస్తా అన్నాడు. సో ఇట్ చేంజింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ పర్సన్ టు పర్సన్ అన్నాడు. మెటీరియాలిటీ. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు నేను ఉన్నాను, నేను రూపాయి కూడా ఇవ్వను అన్నాను. ఐ నాట్ గివ్ సింగిల్ పైసా. మెటీరియాలిటీ నా ఇష్టం. ఓకేనా? పార్ట్ 1 సీన్ కట్ అయ్యింది. వీ కేమ్ అవుట్. వీఆర్ అబౌట్ టు గెట్ ఇన్ టు అ కార్. A beggar came. Okay? Chapra, in this law. Why not 50 rupees or 100 rupees to the beggar? వాడు కూడా లోపల అడుక్కుంటున్నాడు రా పిచ్చోడా. He is also begging inside. That fellow is begging inside, this fellow is begging outside. Begging is begging. I'll give 100 rupees. I'll give 100 rupees. వాడు ఏమంటాడు చూడండి. He has legs and పైర్స్ అంట, హ్యాండ్స్ అంట, నీ బొంద. ఆడికి లేవురా లెగ్గులు పైర్లు? అది పని చేసడానికి శాలరీ ఇస్తున్నాగా. ఫర్ ద బేరర్ హూ సర్వ్ యూ ఇన్ ద రెస్టారెంట్, హ్యావ్ యూ పెయిడ్ శాలరీ ఆర్ నాట్? బెగ్గర్ రా, పాప మన దగ్గర పైసలు లేవురా, నేను ఇస్తా. ఐ గివ్ 100 rupees. నువ్వెంత ఇస్తావు? 20 ఇస్తాడు. మెటీరియాలిటీ. ఫర్ మీ దిస్ ఈస్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఫర్ బెగ్గర్ ఐ పక్కా గివ్. He don't want to give to the beggar. If gives also, he'll give 2 rupees. You will give 5 rupees. You will give 10 rupees. Materiality. That is personal judgment. Depends upon facts and circumstances of each case. What is important or essential. For one fellow, what is important. For other fellow, may not be. It changes from organization to organization. Okay, na? Chalo, oka business example cheptanu. Inko example to understand. In my office, two people fought with each other. One employee broke the head of the other. ఒకటి ఇంకో ఎంప్లాయీ నెత్తి పగల కొట్టేశాడు. చెప్పండి, షల్ ఐ రైట్ ఇన్ బుక్స్ ఆఫ్ అకౌంట్స్? నెత్తి పగిలిపోయిందిరా, హెడ్ బ్రోకన్, బ్లడ్ కేమ్, ఐ టుక్ హిమ్ టు ద హాస్పిటల్, 10 stitches పడ్డాయి. షల్ ఐ ఓపెన్ అండ్ రైట్ బ్లడ్ టు క్యాష్? షల్ ఐ ఓపెన్ రైట్ హాస్పిటల్ టు క్యాష్? రాయను. I came back, I opened my CCTV cameras and checked how this fellow broke the head of the other. He used my laptop. Laptop పెట్టి కొట్టాడు. Laptop పగిలిపోయింది. He took the laptop, he broke on his head. Laptop పగిలిపోయింది. చెప్పండి, ఏం రాస్తారు? ల్యాప్టాప్ లాస్ రాస్తావు. ఎంత క్రూవల్ మైండెడ్ నువ్వు అసలు. నీకు మనిషి ఇంపార్టెంట్ కాదు, హెడ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ కాదు, బ్లడ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ కాదు, ల్యాప్టాప్ ఇంపార్టెంటా? ఎస్, దట్ ఈస్ మెటీరియల్. సో ఫ్రమ్ ద బిజినెస్ పర్స్పెక్టివ్, వాట్ ఈస్ ఇంపార్టెంట్, essential, which will influence the decision of user, write everything, disclose everything you need to disclose. You cannot hide anything, because for you it is not material, for that fellow it is material. Okay, example chepta, non commerce, relax, commerce. Answer, cash book 2 types untadi manaki, main cash book, petty cash book. చెప్పండి రా, పెట్టి క్యాష్ బుక్, పెట్టి అంతే ఎంత, అదే ఎంత, స్మాలే ఎంత. There is no definition for petty. For one organization 50 rupees is petty, for another organization 500 rupees is petty, for another organization 5000 is petty, for another organization 50,000 is petty. What is petty? There is no definition. It's your judgment. You look into your facts and circumstances of your case. You do it. For me, 50,000 is a very big amount. I'll write in main cash book 50,000 for Ambani. Petty ke petty hai. But petty ke petty. Kada? Adani. Chinna amounts iyalli manaki. For some fellows this is per month per annum incomes. So what is petty, what is materiality? I don't know. It changes from person to person. Sir, మరి ఇలా ఉంటే నేను ఎలా డిసైడ్ చేయాలి సార్? You don't decide anything. You don't decide anything. What you do is disclose all facts so that user will use such information. User will use such information. Okay na? So this is what is materiality is all about. Adayna? So gurtu pettukondi, whether it comes to conservatism which we have discussed, consistency which we have discussed, and materiality which we have discussed, it doesn't talk about any concept. Well, oka idea ichi odlesaru ante this is what, be careful, be cautious, conservatism. Anything you want to follow consistently. Materiality, important, essential, right? What is important, what is essential, I don't know. I'm just telling you, this is important, be careful, ante. So like this, these are all conventions. These are 3 great conventions we have. Conservatism, consistency, materiality. Clear? Last one, materiality. Right. Materiality means important or essential. Materiality means important or essential. Second point. What is material? What is material? depends upon facts and circumstances. What is material depends upon facts and circumstances of each case. Third, the term materiality is subjective in nature. The term materiality is subjective in nature, it is on judgment. It is on judgment. Common sense. Judgment, common sense. And discretion. DISCRETION, discretion of accountant. Next, materiality changes from person to person. Person to person, business to business. Materiality changes from person to person, business to business. Last point. According to this principle, all items having significant economic effect. All items having significant economic effect on business of the enterprise. Should be disclosed. On business of the enterprise should be disclosed. That's it. These are the three great conventions we have. One more which is not there in your book, I'll tell you, just write down that. Okay? Right. Fourth one. This is not there in your book. Full disclosure. In the book lo ledu. This is also one good convention that we have, that is known as full disclosure. Okay na? See, accounting is, we called it as language of business. Avuna kada? If you people remember, in the first unit I told you procedural aspects of accounting. Our procedural aspects of accounting lo first we generate information. Tarvata, information which is generated is used by users. So, a user use chesukovalante first one ki full information ivandi. Giving the full information, which is called full disclosure. You don't decide this is important, this is not important. Whatever happens in the business, disclose everything. Full information when you give, let him use this information for decision making. Gurtunda? Mana various definitions chadivam, various points chadukunnam. The user will use the information of accounting and they'll take a decision. Then first, what is your job? Full disclosure. So the question, the three things which arise in this is what to disclose, where to disclose, how to disclose. Three things arises. What to disclose, where to disclose, how to disclose. What to disclose? Disclose everything. Where to disclose? In your books of accounts. How to disclose? You disclose in such a way that everyone will understand. When everyone will understand? Everyone will understand when you follow these accounting principles. This is what? A small convention which says ఫుల్ డిస్క్లోజర్. ఇది మీకు మెటీరియల్లో లేదు, బట్ స్టిల్ నేను చెప్తున్నాను. ఓకే, రాసుకోండి. ఫుల్ డిస్క్లోజర్. ఫస్ట్ పాయింట్, అకౌంటింగ్ is a language of business. Accounting is a language of business. Second point, the user of accounting should be given full information. The user of accounting should be given full information by way of full disclosures. The user of accounting should be given full information by way of full disclosures, by way of full disclosures, so that by way of full disclosures, so that informed judgments can be taken. So that informed judgments can be taken. అంటే it means that I'll give you full information, you take a call. I don't have any objections in it. నేను ఒక decision తీసుకోను. I'll give you information. You take a decision with the information which I gave. So I'll give you the full knowledge, full information. With that you take a decision. Clear? Next point. So the question arises. Next point. So the question arises, what to disclose? What to disclose? Question mark better. Comma, where to disclose? Where to disclose? Only question mark better. Comma, how to disclose? How to disclose? Next slide. All material facts should be disclosed. All material facts should be disclosed in the financial statements. In the financial statements, in an understandable manner. All material facts should be disclosed in the financial statements in an understandable manner, so that user can take decisions. So that user can take decisions. Okay, Nana? That's it. This is what is your accounting principles. చూడండి ఇక్కడ. Accounting principles, concepts and conventions. Okay. So all accounting principles and concepts and conventions we have done now, including materiality. Okay. Right. Next heading. Write this. Fundamental accounting assumptions. Right, next heading. Fundamental accounting assumptions. See, an accountant can follow whatever he likes. However he wants, he can prepare books of accounts. No. Within the choices you can follow. I'll tell you an example. Don't take me wrong. Okay. You have to come in a decent dress. Okay. మీరు ప్యాంట్లు షర్ట్లు వేసుకొని రావాలి. సల్మాన్ ఖాన్ లాగా ఓపెన్ చేసి బాడీ బిల్డింగ్ చేసుకుంటూ బాడీ ఎక్స్పోజ్ చేయొద్దు కదా. చాయిస్ ఉంది కదా అని చెప్పేసి ఎలా పడితే అలా రాకూడదు, అవునా కదా? విత్ ఇన్ ద చాయిసెస్ గివెన్, లైక్ ఐ ఆస్ యూ టు హ్యావ్ ఏ ప్యాంట్ షర్ట్ నార్మల్ అన్నాను, ఏ కలర్? అది చాయిస్, అది చాయిస్. నేను షర్ట్ వేసుకోను, నేను సల్మాన్ ఖాన్ లాగా ఇప్పుకొని బాడీ ఎక్స్పోజ్ చేస్తానంటే నాట్ అలా, అర్థమవుతుందా? సో విత్ ఇన్ ద చాయిసెస్ గివెన్, వాట్ ఎవర్ యూ వాంట్ యూ ఫాలో, దెర్ ఇస్ నో ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఇన్ ఇట్. ఓకే, certain things you cannot avoid it, you cannot change it, you have to follow mandatory. Certain things options are given, among the options given you select, there is no problem. Okay na? Whatever you follow, those are called accounting principles or accounting assumptions. In the preparation and presentation of financial statements or your books of accounts, what all you have followed, everything you have to say, and you should say that I followed this accounting principle, I follow this, I follow this, I follow this, I follow this, and చెప్పాలి. But three things you need not say. Three things you need not say. This following is assumed or deemed. అంటే నువ్వు చెప్పినా చెప్పకపోయినా it is followed. You should say this when you have not followed. You should say this when you have not followed. Out of 13 that we discussed, 3 are those like that basic fundamental accounting assumptions. First one, going concern. What was going concern? Business is assumed to be followed for long period of time. Okay na? If you are going to shut down tomorrow, tell me. Okay na? Otherwise don't tell me. I'll assume that business is followed for long period of time. On that base only you have done accounting. Second, consistency. Just now I told you, number of methods are there. Whichever you want you can select, but whatever you selected, I'll assume that last year you followed the same, before year you followed the same, this year also you are following the same. If you are not following, tell me. Last, accrual. 2 methods of accounting I told you, accrual, cash. Which you will follow? Nothing is said, accrual. You say accrual, you don't say also accrual. If you are not following accrual, tell me. So what is the alternative for going concern? Liquidation or winding up or closing. What is the alternative of consistency? Change. What is the alternative of accrual? Cash. And if you have not followed going concern, not followed consistency, not followed accrual, then you mention. If you have followed this, you need not mention. I'll assume that you followed. Okay? Simple ga ardham avvadaniki I'll give you one day to day life example. Did you had your breakfast? Having breakfast chesara leda ani adigali. Okay, shall I ask you a question? With which hand? ఏ హ్యాండ్ తో తింటారు అందరు? రైట్ హ్యాండ్. అది అడగాల్సిన అవసరం. ఇట్ ఈస్ అజ్యూమ్డ్, ఇట్ ఈస్ డీమ్డ్ దట్ ఎవ్రీ వన్ విల్ ఈట్ విత్. సార్ అంటే రాజ్యాంగంలో రాశారా సార్? ఇట్ ఈస్ రివెన్ ఇన్ ద కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ దట్ పక్కా యూ హావ్ టు ఈట్ విత్ రైట్ హ్యాండ్, యూ షుడ్ నాట్ ఈట్ విత్ లెఫ్ట్ హ్యాండ్ అని రాశారా? రాయలా. చిన్నప్పుడు అమ్మ చెప్పింది, మమ్మీ బోలి క్యా బోలి, use only with right hand. If you are going to use the left hand also, mummy used to hit us. So don't use this hand and కొట్టేది అమ్మ, గుర్తుందా? బికాస్ అమ్మ చెప్తారు దీంతో కొన్ని పనులు చేస్తాం, బ్యాడ్ హ్యాండ్, ఇది వాడకు, ఈ చేతితోనే తిన్న అమ్మ చెప్పింది, అవునా కదా? ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ నాట్ రైట్ హ్యాండర్, దెన్ యూ షుడ్ సే దట్ ఐ డోంట్ ఈట్ రైట్ హ్యాండ్, ఐ ఈట్ విత్. ఇవన్నీ రైట్ హ్యాండ్స్. గోయింగ్ కన్సర్న్, కన్సిస్టెన్సీ, అక్రూవల్ చెప్పాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. వెన్ యూ షుడ్ సే దిస్, when you have not followed it. Clear? Ain't examples. All the above 3 fundamental accounting assumptions have been already explained. If nothing has been written about the fundamental accounting assumptions in the financial statements, then it is assumed that they have been already followed in the preparation of. However, if any of the above mentioned accounting fundamental assumption is not followed, then this fact should be specifically disclosed. And if you have followed, you need not disclose. If you have not followed, you have to disclose. These are called basic fundamental accounting assumptions. Am I clear? Last one. The following are, first point, heading rasara? Fundamental accounting assumptions. Right. The following are 3 basic fundamental accounting assumptions. The following are 3 basic fundamental accounting assumptions. Basic fundamental accounting assumptions, right? First one. Right, there are three. What is that? Going concern, consistency, accrual. Going concern, consistency, accrual. Okay, second point. The above three fundamental accounting assumptions. The above three fundamental accounting assumptions are assumed to be followed. Are assumed to be followed. In preparation of financial statements. Are assumed to be followed in preparation of financial statements. Next point. The above mentioned fundamental accounting assumptions. The above mentioned fundamental accounting assumptions should be disclosed. The above fundamental accounting assumptions should be disclosed when they are not followed. When they are not followed. Okay, na? Next you write heading. Last one in this. Qualitative characteristics. Last one in this unit. Qualitative characteristics of financial statements. Qualitative characteristics of financial statements. See, what is the meaning of the word qualitative characteristics of financial statements? See, what I told you, what do you mean by accounting principles? What are accounting principles? They are concepts, conventions, set of rules and regulations. Okay? We have to follow this to prepare our financial statements or not. So when everyone follows this financial statements in these principles in preparation and presentation of financial statements, your financial statements will get some characteristics, some qualitative characteristics. What are those? They are like this: understandability. If everyone follows the same language, Is it easy to understand or not? ఇప్పుడు మన క్లాస్లోనే ఇన్ దిస్ క్లాస్ సమ్ అండర్స్టాండ్ తెలుగు, సమ్ అండర్స్టాండ్ హిందీ, సమ్ అండర్స్టాండ్ ఉర్దూ, సమ్ అండర్స్టాండ్ కన్నడ, సమ్ అండర్స్టాండ్ సమ్ అదర్ లాంగ్వేజ్. Everyone understands one language, English. Like that. Everyone understands one language here, accounting. But that should be on set of rules and regulations. So you have a feature called understandability. Next, relevance. If you follow this, only relevant information will be given, irrelevant information will not be given. Reliability. Whatever the statement that we pass here, whatever the figures that we present here, whatever the output that you get, profit or loss position, blindly I can rely on it. Because it gives only the relevant information. Comparability. Comparison is always among equals. Comparison is never among unequals. Where everyone follow the same standard set of rules and regulations. I can compare with you, you can compare with someone. Then we have got materiality, and here you see the four principal qualitative characteristics are understandability, relevance, reliability, comparability. These are the four basic principles. Then materiality. Important or essential will be given, unimportant and unessential will not be given. Then faithful presentation. Faithful presentation అంటే unbiased, అసలు ఉన్నది ఉన్నట్టుగా చూపిస్తాం, ఫెయిర్ గా చూపిస్తాం, నో చీటింగ్, నో హైడింగ్, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ విల్ బి డిస్క్లోజ్ సో దట్ యూ కెన్ సీ the facts and circumstances of the case and you can take a call. Substance over form. This is important concept. When we get further, I'll discuss that. Substance over form ante legal form is not important. Essence of the transaction is important. Legal form is not important. Essence of the transaction is important. Then neutrality. Neutrality ante it is free from bias. It is free from bias. Unbiased information, unbiased discussions will be done, information will be given, you can take a call. Prudence. You know, I already told you, conservatism. Our accounts will follow such prudence called it ignores all possible incomes and takes into consideration all possible losses. Full, fair and adequate disclosure. Last convention I told you, full disclosure. And last one, completeness. Everything will be shown. Clear? That's it. This is what some of the qualitative characteristics of financial statements. Okay? Right on. Right. When financial statements are prepared, by following the accounting principles, when financial statements are prepared by following the accounting principles, they are inbuilt with some qualitative characteristics. They are inbuilt with some qualitative characteristics. Okay, now? Write down one by one. First one, understandability. First one you write there, understandability. Understandability. Second, relevance. Reliability, comparability, materiality, faithful presentation, faithful presentation, substance over form, substance over form, neutrality, neutrality, prudence, prudence, next, full, fair and adequate disclosure, full, fair and adequate disclosure, full, fair and adequate disclosure. Last one, completeness, completeness. Okay, na? Now these are all theoretical concepts, Nana. We are just studying the base of this. Okay, base of accounting. So questions ఎలా ఉంటాయంటే theoretical questions ఉంటాయి చూడండి. Some of the questions ఇలా ఇస్తాడు వాడు. Okay, 1-2 questions I will discuss with you. You should say true or false. The concept helps in keeping business affairs free from influence of personal affairs of the owner. It is known as matching concept. ఏంటది? Which concept says business and personal? Business entity concept. So this is false. Okay. Entity concept means enterprise is liable to the owner for capital investment made by the owner. Yes. Business is separate. Businessman is separate. Business is liable to owner. True. Accrual means recognition of money as is received and paid, not of revenue and cost as they are incurred and earned. False. Ulta చెప్తున్నాడు. Accrual అంటే ఏంటి? Earned and incurred will record. Received, paid, immaterial. False. Conservatism concept states that no change should be counted unless it has materialized. It is materiality. Materiality. Conservatism doesn't say that. The concept of consistency implies non-flexibility as to not to allow the introduction of improved methods of accounting. False. Consistency means that you have to follow same. But if improved methods of good, better presentation of accounts, law, standard, you can go for a change. False. The materiality depends upon only the amount of item and not upon the size of the business, nature and level of information, level of person making decisions. And only on based on the amount you will decide materiality. Yeah? False. It changes from person to person, business to business. Accrual base of accounting is a method of recording transaction by which revenues and costs, assets and liabilities are reflected in books of accounts in the period in which the actual receipts and actual payments are made. Hey. Accrual ante actual receipt, actual payment ara? That is cash. False. Okay? Some of the multiple choice questions. All the following items are classified as fundamental accounting assumptions except consistency, going concern. This is not. So this is the answer. Two primary qualitative characteristics are understandability and materiality, relevance and reliability, neutrality and understandability. First four are the basic principles, Anna. What are those first four? First four. First four, just now we discussed, yeah? Understandability, relevance, reliability, comparability. Is the answer దీంట్లో? Understandability and materiality. No. Relevance and reliability. Yes. Understandability and neutrality. No. ఓకేనా, ఇలా చూసుకోవాలి. Kanika Enterprise follows the redundant value of method of depreciation of machinery year after year due to A purchased a car for 5 lakhs, making a down payment of 1 lakh and signing 4 lakhs bill payable due in 60 days. As a result of this transaction, in the balance sheet, car 5 lakhs. Okay na? Down payment 1 lakh and a cash will come down by 1 lakh. Down payment and a cash cutter. Balance bill I am writing 4 lakhs and a liability. So the net effect is 4 lakhs. Here 5 lakhs increase, 1 lakh decrease. Net effect is so your assets and liabilities will increase by 4 lakhs. Total asset increase by 5 lakhs. Wrong. Total liability increase by 4 lakhs. Correct. Total assets increase by 4 lakhs and corresponding increase in liability for 4 lakhs. Than this is the most appropriate answer. B is also right. But than B, liability also increase 4 lakhs, asset also increase 4 lakhs. Total. ఇలా ఉంటాయి అంతే సింపుల్ గా. ఓకే, we'll discuss this, we'll do problems and all those things, we'll do it. Clear? So this is all theoretical strong base of your accounting. Once this base is strong, other things can be built up easily. Okay, this is all chapter number 2. In the first chapter, these 2 units are very important, big units. Rest of all are small units. In a day we can finish off. Okay, I'll continue this on Monday. Okay, all the best for your results. Come on Monday with sweet boxes and happy smiles. We'll see you. Okay.